Just love to have like 5 dudes on top of me. It just makes me go so crazy.
Yeah, so Kayn with 590 AD is kinda strong. And games like these in lower elo, people just seem to have a weird mental, like this Fizz, who apparently thought it was a loss right off the bat, for some reason. No idea why, it's just kind of the way it is in lower elo. Here me and Aurelia see this juicy Jax being kinda low, and I think maybe I can get off a gank. So yeah, going in, Kayn, whoops, get a flash. Dark Harvest, very nice, very heavy. Happy little Kayn boy, and I get out. But like all Aurelia players, she gotta go in when somebody is low. Then Evelynn comes. And I lost. But somehow Fizz managed to be my redemption, managed to kill Evelynn, and even get a double kill. At this point I decide to say fuck it, and try and go bot, so I at least can try and get my blue form. And Ash, being this good Samaritan, decides to bait the Vayne into running after her. So I pick up a kill and a Dark Harvest stack. And Senna being low for some reason just triggers my absolute primate brain, so I decide, yeah, we're gonna dive. And she misses her skill shot, and MF just runs past her. Doesn't attack her. Doesn't attack Evelynn, who's killing me. And she runs away for some fucking reason. And even gets herself killed. Nice. Evelynn at this point decides that she is a bit too fed, so she better go ahead and donate me an entire 600 gold shutdown. Rush right to her red, so I, being very sneaky, goes into the bush, just steals her red, and tries to kill her. A masterful display. Her time to invade me, and I'm thinking, okay, that's a good time to go kill her because I have 2 laners who can just help me. But MF, being an absolute bot, just runs past her, letting her escape. And decide, you know what, I'm gonna check on my raptors. But Evelynn and Jon has some other ideas, and they decide they are gonna kill me. But Fizz, being the absolute giga chat he is, comes to help me. And I barely survives. Fizz doesn't make it. Evelynn decides to pull my stunt on me, but she dies. Then go ahead and farm the tumor babies, and I then decide to go top to try and kill Jax with Aurelia one more time. This time again under the turret. As you can tell, I am a true master of Kayn. And then somehow manage to kill Jax, make it into the bush, get a bit of health off of my E, and almost kill Evelynn. Fortunately, Aurelia grew some hands and actually picks up Evelynn. I now have enough for my true form, Shadow Kayn. And this is where the fun starts to begin. We pick up the Drake. And I decide to run mid to try and 1v1 the Young. And my ego doesn't let me R, so I lose it. So then again, the absolute giga chat flash R's and picks up the kill. What a chat. Somehow the last brain cell Aurelia has left convinces her to TV top when Evelyn has just dropped the Rift Herald top. She then decides that, yeah, it's a good idea to instigate in a fight against Jax. And Evelyn. And dies. And blames me. I, of course, playing Kayn, managed to pick up Evelyn, who somehow flashed into my W. And Jax, who just donates me a kill. Very friendly. Then pick up the wave, and in true low elo fashion, Aurelius decides to report me. At this point, I have enough AD that I'm starting to feel a bit cocky. So I see this Evelyn running in, Ash hits her R, and I almost one-shot her. I again managed to die. MF then managed to grow hands and get a double kill. Having based and having spent all my gold, I decide, maybe I can invade this Evelyn. And sure enough, she is on her ground. Then wait for her to see where she's going, and she decides, you know what, I'm gonna take the blue. And I managed to almost one-shot her. Doesn't seem to care at all, and just runs past me. Ash then gets a brilliant idea to wait in the bush, and misses her ultimate. And decides to go in anyways. And I almost kill Vayne in one shot. My team then decides that we want Drake, so they start fighting. MF dies, and I pick up a kill on Vayne. And we manage to collect yet another Drake. Bot top, Jax is low, and we decide, maybe it is time to limit test and see how strong I actually am. So I almost die, manage to R, and somehow kill Jax, and gracefully flashes out. And I managed to escape without dying. But Evelyn has some other plans, and she decides, you know what? She's gonna invade me and try and one-shot me. And she almost succeeds. And I almost one-shot her. But she doesn't die, because I really can't use her hands. After basing, I just run aimlessly around until I spot Evelyn, and I decide, you know what? Maybe let's give it another try and see if I can one-shot her. It's time to get close, I R, and Vayne helps me escape. We've now reached that part of the game where everyone just decides that one lane is going to be the fighting lane, and it is bot lane this game. Just kill Yone, managed to just destroy Vayne, and I managed to make it out like a bandit. Unfortunately, Ash dies. Evelyn then decides to chase me throughout the entirety of the map. Decides to face check me into a bush. We then decide to go and take Infernal Drake to get even more AD. But Evelyn has some other plans, so I, of course, just one-shot her again. And we pick up the Drake. At this point, I'm starting to feel really strong and get really cocky, so I decide, you know what, I can definitely just tower dive Vayne. She flashes out, for some reason goes back in, and I managed to kill her. And almost managed to kill Senna. And of course I get 1000 gold to the Cookie Lol player. With this being dead, we for some reason decide, you know what, it's a good time to start Baron. And again, Evelyn shows her face, and I almost one-shot her, but she managed to get out. But I do manage to kill Yone with the help of MF and Jax. I then swoop around and almost hit Senna, but she managed to get out. And MF decides to just stand still and face check Vayne. And then come out, pick up Evelyn, pick up the Vayne, and almost kill the Senna. My Evelyn then kills MF, and I decide it's a good idea to just run headfirst into 3 of the enemy team. And then somehow manage to escape, barely surviving. which leads us to finally get sold. At this point we have 544 AD. Evelyn decides, you know what, it's a really good idea to face check yet another push. We then pick up the Baron. I'm feeling so strong that I just decide to, you know, I can definitely tower dive Senna. And sure enough, me and Fizz, we do it. The entire enemy team then decides, you know what, it's a good time to just randomly engage. Managed to kill Evelyn, and we managed to kill the rest of the team with 590 AD at the end. And then we win. And then someone from the enemy team decides to type, "Fuck noob Evelyn."